Welcome to part 2.
Thank you for doing my job for me.
Might as well.
Yeah, so again, we're not going to have much to say about when there's plot, but so again, doing the thing of exploring around, finding links to. Oh yeah, sometimes you need to find certain amount of links in order to proceed through the memory.
Ah.
So right, and sometimes you get more than one memory from a certain object or whatever. I think later on they made it so that you can have some memories that only need to find less than 5 nodes. But as of this moment, they have only like 5 for each memory link. So sometimes when there's not much, you just get 4 of them.
Gonna be an emotional wreck by the end of this commentary session, I know for sure.
Yeah, well, I'm kind of resistant to emotional stuff unless it gets like really, really sad stuff.
I don't. I'm quite soft.
Yeah, that's fine. Don't worry, we're supposed to make it a happy ending, so. Anywho, so we basically almost done with this memory after that. I wonder what it's like to have a job where you're just diving into memories and such. Kind of historic.
I don't know. I mean, it would be very. I guess it'd be just really strange because it's kind of. It's the experience just looking into effectively almost the entire life of a person.
Yeah, in reverse as well. Yeah, and it's showing us the ideal, the minimum moves you can make. I think during my playthrough, made a. I didn't get the absolute ideal, but I did pretty decently. I did make a couple of mistakes though. But again, it's not necessary to get the ideal thing for anything. It's just a little bonus you can do.
Yeah.
And now we meet the supposed river. We also notice that you can hear a heartbeat sound now.
Yeah.
I think it might be like John's heartbeat that's is basically beating harder because of the events that he's experiencing right now. I think you can also notice that there actually is a slightly younger version of Johnny as well. He doesn't have that beard anymore.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's using the sort of sprite from like the timeline. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, the timeline actually also indicates which part of the memory you are, so you're basically seeing what Johnny looks like during these times as well.
Mm-hmm.
And how far you're going into the diving as well. I guess maybe in future I could try to summarize the story for people who might have trouble paying attention or following along, since it's a lot of dialogue and a lot of story and such.
Yeah. Plus, it also doesn't help that sometimes in our commentary we're kind of talking over even important dialogue and whatnot,
Yeah,
which
can be
yeah can
slightly
sometimes make it a bit harder to follow.
yeah, I suppose. And I guess also good to mention, this is actually a different house from the one we arrived at the beginning. So this is
Ah.
supposedly their old house.
Yeah, I was actually gonna bring that up earlier. Like it's about how interesting it is that it's kind of passed down to the kids, but
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, if it doesn't, then it's just gonna disappear with him, wouldn't it? I always like video games that often focus on like, oh yeah. So we just learn that what's basically pirate songs but through people's memories, which would be an interesting.
Yeah. Hmm.
And they actually had to make a law for that. So I think we just had an option. I don't know if I did, but we had an option to explore or just skip through this. Honestly, I was kind of distracted with the story and everything, but yeah. let's just explore because we want to find some more stuff in here. Oh yeah, and the rootkeep description is also kind of interesting. Everybody likes
Everybody
keys.
likes keys.
Uh, it's debatable, I guess, but we got another new phase. If you take it apart, I don't think you'll be able to reassemble it anymore.
Yeah.
Especially like old ass piano like that. I don't think you'll be able to put. Yeah.
Especially for the strings and whatnot. Like that's got to take a lot of precision.
Yeah, I don't think you'll be able to fix. I think if you take it apart, you've basically broken it forever.
Yeah. I mean that I'm just guessing. I've never actually worked. I've never taken apart a grand piano before.
Me neither, but considering that grand pianos are probably very old, especially since I'm an old guy like that, it must be very ancient at this point. I imagine most modern pianos are usually electronic and such.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. Probably should we maybe get an electronic piano. Probably afford one. Yeah, let's see. I think this one you have to just do that, and yeah. I wonder what kind of flowers those are anyway.
Purple pansies of some kind.
Maybe. I'm not an expert on flowers.
Me neither. I'll be honest. It's actually what they're called.
Let's see. Yeah, I think I've used saving because I stopped recording at this point and then I'll continue on later on. There we go.
Okay, I don't think they're purple pansies because the pattern isn't quite right.
Yeah. And,
Also, shout.
Hmm?
You go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, and this is the actual building we saw in the beginning, but under construction.
Oh.
Again, since we're going back in the past. And they did mention during the argument with River that they wouldn't have enough to pay for this if River got her surgery or whatever. That's a very hard sound effect for jar pickles.
Well, it's RPG Maker. What do you expect?
I suppose they do kind of make some odd choices of stuff and such, but yeah.
I mean, it is possible to like add in your own custom sound effects if you want to put the work in. So it is definitely possible to just make your own sound effect Foley and whatnot.
I suppose. Again, I don't have much experience with RPG makers. I just don't have much interest in RPGs made on RPG makers because JRPGs aren't really my thing, honestly. Unless they're like special ones like Kingdom Hearts or The World Ends With You.
Yeah,
I
like
just-
I
Otherwise, I just don't really care for it because they're always so insistent on massive amounts of grinding and all of such crap. Which is not
yeah.
as big deal in Western RPGs since they don't have much focus on grinding and don't require you to beat a boss that's like so many levels higher than you for no bullshit reason. Besides just requiring you to spend 5 hours grinding. And that's still a thing in modern RPGs. Which, like I played Yakuza Like a Dragon, which basically wanted to be like a normal RPG. It was fun until I ran into points where I had to grind because the game was just too difficult. And it's just miserable. Especially since there were no good points to grind the game at anyway. So yeah, I don't play a lot of JRPGs because of that.
Same. I'll be honest. I don't play a lot of RPGs either.
I mean, I play Western RPGs, they're much better. Like Fallout and such. And this is where the music box we found earlier comes from. I believe it's actually one song that Lawrence Yukihara made for the game.
Oh.
Or at least one of the versions. We'll see it again at the very end of the game. Anyway, so this one was a slightly bit of a pain to find all the memory links, because one of them is actually in this area right now, and it's not clear you can actually interact with it, because there's no icon that if you mouse over it. In fact, he's moused over it right now. Would you like to guess what it was?
No clue. Oh.
And wait, I was thinking something. I was expecting something to happen, but nah, no. So here's me just trying to find where that damn last thing is, and oh, it was the
Oh.
car. You know, it would have been nice if you
Okay.
told me you could just walk through these things to get memory links, but whatever.
Yeah.
That actually took me quite a while to find, so that was slightly bit annoying.
I don't blame you. I was genuinely not even thinking that when you asked me like
Yeah,
what it could potentially be. Ooh.
I think, yeah, this one is actually a lot easier if you remember the diagonal one.
Yeah.
It's least not one of those puzzles that give you time limits, you don't have time to think about them.
Yeah. I like that as a puzzle thing, but I also do like just how they don't do it. It's not happening. It's not like the entire game. You know, it's kind of something that happens every now and
No,
again.
it's just something to. I think it's more like an excuse to make it technically a game instead of an interactive story or anything.
Hmm.
So, what do you think about this ominous music we've been playing for so long?
I'm more focused on the dialogue than the music right now.
Yeah,
Like, genuinely sorry for people who are watching this expecting interesting commentary, but you can
yeah,
blame the fact that this game's writing is actually really engaging.
yeah. I'm like, I mean, I guess The Lost Crown has sometimes interesting dialogue, but other times it's just bizarre puzzles and bizarre ghost hunting and such.
Also, some of the dialogue is entertaining unintentionally.
Yeah. Like whenever I see the word Glocodelaxium, I just kind of flinch.
Oh,
Like literally just playing Free Hopes for the Switch. I don't know, Free Hopes for specification. And there was just one part where I just saw the thing, saw the word, I was just like, oh no. Oh no. And it shouldn't be anything noteworthy, but because of the Lost Crown, it is. Oh dear.
God, that thing has cursed us all, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Um,
And Neil being a massive ass. Oh, yes. Watts gets what he deserves. I guess it's kind of important to have these kind of silly moments when you're having like a lot of serious and dark stuff happening, even with just like
yeah.
drama and such.
Yeah, I actually had this sort of kind of discussion about a film I watched a while ago, which was honestly quite serious, but had a lot of humorous moments to help kind of alleviate how serious it was, just to make it less,
Yeah.
you know, make it easier to take in,
Yeah,
rather
it
than
makes
just
it less
being
depressed.
just,
It makes it less
yeah.
depressing and such. It's kind of similar to how like Silent Hill has this goofy ending, like the alien ending or the dog ending. Or I think like where the aliens just come and kidnap the main character, and
Yeah.
it's just a dog in a recording studio or whatever, and the main character just worships it. Just bizarre stuff like that helps alleviate it. You ruined my immersion, Neil.
You're ruining this really serious story about a man who's, yeah.
Who's man who wants to go to the moon but doesn't want to explain why? Okay, so this one is a bit of a pain because the white paper is very similar. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's very hard to
I
tell
don't
which
blame.
side of the color and which isn't.
I don't blame you for that.
I mean, I managed to figure it out, and I think an ideal one anyway, so hey.
I actually really like these smooth transitions. They're actually done really nicely.
Yeah. And now we're actually getting to their late adulthood now. I guess I also kind of like this, kind of going back in time because, oh yes, you're not standing on a flagpole technically. And as you can imagine, Watts is afraid of heights. And because they're walking through memories, they can't be hurt here. In which Rosaline just shoved them off the building.
Yeah.
Even if it doesn't hurt, it's gonna still be terrifying just swooshing down like that.
Oh, it is. Like, I've had that experience in VR. Like, there was a game I tried out a long while ago, which actually never ended up coming out, but there was a demo for it, and it was this thing where you had gravity sort of applied to you, so you can fall from platforms and whatnot,
Oh
and it
yeah.
is such a surreal experience, like, dropping down from a high height, hitting the ground, and just not feeling it.
Yeah, I imagine that would be kind of nice in VR. I recall
I mean,
trying.
it's not the worst thing ever. The only downside is that at the end of that play session, I just couldn't feel like my legs were just feeling really weak.
Oh
Like it
dear.
was just kind of it was so like tensing up so much because I was expecting to like crash into the floor and it never did.
I mean, I recall trying kind of Sombre and you can fall to your death in those, but whenever you do, and because you're using the kind of teleport thing to walk around, it just makes the screen black as you hear sounds of you falling to your death. This actually happens quite easily because sometimes the teleportation is wonky and you just teleport yourself to a place you can't stand on, so you just fall to your death.
Ah,
That was not fun. Then again, I think I also had problems on the normal PC version, so meh.
oh jeez.
It's kind of something. It's kind of an interesting game, but it's actually made by the people who made Prison Architect.
Oh.
It didn't sell well, but they still did. They made it, and it was kind of a cool thing. And also learned recently that the person who made the music for it also worked on the Rim Code. It's a really good game. A
Ah,
sort of
yeah.
Dwarf Fortress-ish sci-fi game where you build a colony and stuff happens with the story generating AI. And yes, Anya is in fact the lighthouse. So, River refused treatment so she could, for the sake of Anya, a lighthouse.
Aw. Just to clarify, that's a cute aw, not a sad aw.
Yes. And that's why the notes here tell us about stuff and they also update according to new information. It's good if you
Ooh.
it's good if you haven't played for a while and want to know what's going on and such.
Ah.
Okay, we still got a little bit more to go in the videos, that's good. Because they made it that whenever we transition, we kind of just end the video there, because I figured that'd be a fun way to... I know it's kind of a cliffhanger, but it's also kind of a good point to end the videos.
It is, yeah.
Let's see... You kind of have to take good time and figure things out carefully
Yeah.
if you want to get the ideal one. It's one of those puzzles where you have to think many steps ahead, and I'm kind of terrible at them. It's not too hard though. It is why I don't really like chess, because I can't remember 10 million moves ahead, because that's just ridiculous. Let's see, anything to interact with? Nope, this room is useless. Let's move on.
Ah, just cosmetic.
Yep. Well, I don't think cosmetic is the right word, but yeah. I think I did miss the piano though, since you could see slightly what had a magnifying glass on it. When I make the description, I'm probably gonna have to put down like bare bone commentary for it. The
Yeah,
videos.
semi-commentary.
My commentary. That probably would, yeah, half commentary worse. No, I think I like semi commentary. It's kind of accurate.
Comment and listen. Just watch-a-thon with a bit of commentary.
Yeah. I don't know, maybe it's light commentary or something like that.
Yeah, light commentary actually sounds like a much nicer way of putting it.
Yeah, it sounds like it's a better ring to it.
Diet commentary.
What?
Diet commentary.
Yeah.
It's not quite the full commentary.
Diet Coca-Cola, diet commentary.
Basically.
Oh, that's so bad.
I'm so sorry.
That's fine, I laughed at it anyway, but it's still bad.
Yeah.
I should be ashamed too because I laughed. Oh dear. There's nothing baby about that grand piano. Wait, how
It's
can
still
you be
pretty
baby
large.
and grand at the same time?
Maybe it's like new, but I don't know.
Maybe, I guess. And yes, they're talking about Doctor Who and the TARDIS. Something I sadly have not been able to watch because I rather would like to see like the old stuff first, since I kind of like
Yeah.
old movies, old shows and such. Like I've been watching Star Trek, beginning with the original trilogy, and been enjoying it so far. I've been watching most of the movies, and they're not so great.
Yeah.
Like the fourth one was literally they wanted to go and like had to save the planet by getting a fucking whale or whatever.
Oh god.
So they went back to the past to get the stupid ass whale, and just. Yeah, I can see why I don't find them on Netflix. They really are dumb as hell. Oh well, at least I had. And yeah, so
Sorry.
yeah. Anyway, that's the end of that. See you later.
Bye for now.